Before starting the module, I want you to set aside other tasks which may disturb you while enjoying the lessons. Read the simple instructions below to successfully enjoy the objectives of this kit. Have fun. Follow carefully all the contents and instructions indicated on every page of this module. Write in your notebook the concept about the lessons. Writing enhances learning, which is important to develop and keep in mind. Perform all the provided activities in the module. Use a separate sheet of paper in answering the exercises. Finish the task at hand before proceeding to the next page. Analyze conceptually the post-test and apply what you have learned. If you encounter any difficulty in answering the tasks in this module, do not hesitate to ask for help from your teacher. Honesty is the best policy. Expectations of the modules. Self-Learning Module 2 for Quarter 2 Grade 10 Music Arts PE and Health. At the end of this Module 2, you are expected to Music. Analyze musical characteristics of Afro-Latin American and popular music through listening activities. Arts. B. Determine the role or function of artworks by evaluating their utilization and combination of art elements and principles. C. Create artworks that can be locally assembled with local materials, guided by 21st century techniques. D. Describe the influence of technology in the 21st century on the evolution of various forms of art. Physical education. E. Engage in moderate to vigorous physical activities for at least 60 minutes a day in and out of school. Health. F. Discuss the existing health-related laws. G. Explain the significance of the existing health-related laws in safeguarding people's health. H. Critically analyze the impact of current health trends, issues, and concerns. In this module, you will have a chance to learn the influential musical styles in the world, namely Afro-Latin American and popular music, and discover how they are related. You will find different activities where you can learn and show your understanding on the historical and cultural background of these musical styles. You shall also have a unique experience on how Afro-Latin American and popular music developed. Africans include music in many aspects of their lives, from religious ceremonies to social gatherings to landmarks in the life cycle. Music also plays an important role in many traditional methods of healing. In such settings, people may be divided by age, gender, or class. But not all African music is performed with a group or for an audience. People also play instruments or sing to themselves for pleasure and to relieve stress. Words play an important role in African music. In many African societies, music is closely linked to the oral tradition of spoken or recited literature. Storytelling frequently includes songs, and some forms of music mimic the spoken word. Talking drum music uses drumbeats with different tones to echo the sounds of language. Many musical forms are based on the singing and storytelling, and musicians sometimes use their instruments as voices that speak a language. African music is rarely just for instruments. Musicians and listeners alike take great interest in the lyrics. Singing styles range from solo performances to large group participation. When singing in a group, individuals may sing the same words together. However, in a style known as polyphonic, each person voices a different phrase or syllable to create a variety of vocal patterns and combinations. In Africa, music is generally considered inseparable from words, dance, and the occasion for which it is performed. It is not linked to specific notes and rhythms within measured units of time. Instead, African musicians play music based on their own individual sense of rhythm or on rhythmic phrases they have learned. Although a drum or rattle may keep a steady rhythm, other players may not use it as a basis for the beats they play or for how they accent notes in the music. Music activity. Direction. Listen to the selected vocal and instrumental music, song of Afro, Latin American and popular music. Identify its musical characteristics. Write your answer on the given table below. Identify the characteristics by using the elements of music like melody, dynamics, tempo, texture, tone color. The cell phone that you constantly hold has evolved from a mere communication tool, into a creative device that allows you to generate original works of art for an entire range of purposes. These could be personal photographs and videos that you can manipulate with a myriad special effect, both visual as well as sound and music. They could also be school projects or reports that require you to combine images, incorporate text, even include simple animation. And the wonder of it all is that you can do all these right on your own mobile devices, particularly the new generation models known as Android tablets, phones, and combination of both called phablets. The tasks that traditional photo editors used to perform manually, cropping, retouching, airbrushing, are now just a few of the many editing effects done for you with split-second ease at the click of a mouse, a keyboard command, or a few taps and drags of your finger on a touch screen. Horizons Music and Arts Appreciation for Young Filipinos 10-second quarter. Art activity. What to process. Photo collage. Creating cell phone art, computer-generated art. Session 4. Depending on the devices available to you, you may either capture an image using your cell phone camera, b. Create an image from scratch using a drawing illustration program on a computer, laptop, or tablet. Save your captured image or finished illustration in preparation for transforming it into an example of cellular phone art or computer-generated art. Using any of the applications installed in your available device, experiment with different effects and features to modify your saved image or illustration. You may try some of the following effects, as well as others offered by the application you are using: resize, crop, skew, warp, rotate, flip, adjust brightness, adjust sharpness, change colors, grayscale, sepia tone, apply a texture, superimpose text, trying different fonts, apply frames, borders, or banners, edit out an element that you do not want to appear, add an element that is not in the original image. Save the most unique, striking, or remarkable modified images to be printed out later for inclusion in the culminating exhibit on computer digital art. Criteria for grading your artwork. Variety of pictures. Original and interesting ideas. Relevance to the topic. Visual impact on the seer of the cell phone art. Computer-generated images. There are scaled-down versions of such big programs specifically developed for mobile phones to enable you to perform virtually of all the tasks like an illustrator performs, and literally to your hand and in the fraction of the cost or almost free. Second quarter. Week 2 Day 3. PE Individual Sports Athletics. Track and field athletics, commonly known as athletics or track and field, is a collection of sports events that involve running, throwing and jumping. The name athletics is derived from the Greek word athlos, meaning contest. History says that it is based on man's natural skills running, walking, jumping, throwing. Athletics competitions was dated back to ancient times. By the 8th century BC, athletics events were part of the original Olympics. Greek Olympic Games 776 BC. The main event in the Olympics was the pentathlon, which involved a short foot race, 180-meter, long jump, discus throw, javelin throw and wrestling. During the Olympics, peace was declared, a sacred truce in all Greece. Some of the events from that time, such as javelin and discus throwing, are still part of modern athletics. From the time of the first modern Olympic Games until now, athletics has been one of the main sports in the Olympics. Nowadays, the World Championships in athletics is seen as one of the top events in the world of sports. Athletics was included in the first modern Olympic Games in 1896, Athens. Women were first allowed to participate in track and field events in the 1928 Olympics. The rules of athletics field events are simple: the athlete who jumps the longest or highest, or throws the farthest, is the winner. In the vertical jumps, high jump and pole vault, an athlete must go over the bar without knocking it down. An athlete is eliminated if she has 3 failures at the same height. An athlete can pass her attempt. The bar is made higher after all athletes have either cleared, passed or failed their attempts at a height. When one athlete remains, she can choose how much to raise the bar. If 2 athletes have cleared the same height, there is a tie. The winner is the athlete who has needed few attempts to jump the highest. In the horizontal jumps, long jump and triple jump and all throwing events, all jumps and throws must be made from behind a line. All jumps and throws must land in a specified area. Crossing the line or landing outside the specified area makes the jump or throw invalid. Each athlete gets 3 attempts. The top 8 athletes then get 3 more. Match the words in the table with their definition below. The event in which athletes try to jump over a high bar using a long stick to push them off the ground. 2. A raised area on which the best 3 athletes in each event stand to receive medals. 3. A straight stick made of metal, which high jumpers and pole vaulters try to jump over. 4. The event in which a heavy metal ball is thrown from the shoulder as far as possible. 5. The event in which a heavy metal ball joined by a wire to a handle is thrown as far as possible. 6. The event in which a heavy plate-shaped object is thrown as far as possible. 7. The event in which a long stick with a pointed end is thrown as far as possible. 8. The event in which athletes try to jump as far forward as they can in 3 jumps. 9. The event in which athletes try to jump as far forward as they can in 1 jump. 10. The event in which athletes try to jump over a bar supported on 2 poles. Track and field athletics, commonly known as athletics or track and field. It is a collection of sports events that involve running, throwing, and jumping. The name athletics is derived from the Greek word athlos, meaning contest. Second quarter. Week 2 Day 4. Health, drugs. Gateway drugs may be considered as windows to committing crimes. Gateway drugs may be considered as windows to committing crimes. These are drugs that people use initially that may eventually lead to the abuse of illegal drugs. Galvez Tan, et al., 2009. Alcohol and tobacco are gateway drugs. When alcohol is consumed, the central nervous system is affected. Thus, a person is more vulnerable to doing dangerous acts because of depressed decision-making skills. On the other hand, the government also provides protection from these gateway drugs through the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act and the Tobacco Regulation Act, Republic Act No. 9165, or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 protects citizens from the harmful effects of dangerous drugs to their physical and mental well-being. Health activity. Gateway or getaway. What are some examples of gateway's drugs? Then write reason why some persons used them. Tell us how can a person avoid using them. Student lawyer. Read and analyze the situation. What health policy is concerned in each situation? In what way the policies affect the character? Upon scouting the area of your place, neighbor A identifies a certain plant as a source of an addictive substance. The area is owned by a businessman in the city. Republic Act No. 9211 Tobacco Regulation Act of 2003. This act shall be called Tobacco Regulation Act. This act will protect the population from hazardous products and protect the right to health and instill health consciousness. Remember, honesty and integrity are essential for success in life. All areas of life. The good news is that anyone can develop both honesty and integrity.